Title: After being injured on mission, I finally returned home, but another man had taken my place. My kids called him Dad. "We thought you were gone," my wife whispered. "I sent messages from the hospital every day," I snapped. Start. I still remember the night I came back. My body was stitched, broken, and scarred, but alive. I stood at my own front door, my sanctuary, and heard laughter inside. My children's laughter. The sound that had kept me breathing through morphine drips and steel pins drilled into my bones. I pushed the door open. The sight gutted me. Another man sat where I used to sit, his arm around my wife. My kids leaning into him, calling him Dad. My wife's eyes widened, but not with joy, with guilt. "We thought you were gone," she whispered. "I sent messages from the hospital every day," my voice cracked like glass. The man rose, smug and territorial. "You need to leave. They don't need this chaos." And my children, they cried as he shoved me out. I walked away in silence. I met her when we were young, both burning with dreams. She used to press my hand and say, "No matter where the mission takes you, I'll be here." She was my anchor when the world blurred into violence. We built a family on that promise. Every return home, her smile was my medal. My children were my legacy. I carried those memories with me through shrapnel and surgeries. They were my reason to fight, my reason to live. But when I returned, I discovered promises rot fast when tested by time. At first, I thought maybe grief had pushed her to him. Maybe loneliness had tricked her heart. But then I opened my phone and pulled up the logs. Hundreds of unread messages sent from my hospital bed. Updates, please, I'm alive, don't give up on me. She had read none of them. She had blocked me. I dug deeper. I traced the timeline. He moved in long before my recovery was announced. He had been circling while I was still bleeding out, and she let him. That night, something inside me died. Not the man who loved her, not the father, but the part that believed in mercy. I stayed silent. That was my weapon, silence. I rented a small place nearby, watched, listened, mapped their routines like a mission. The soldier in me awoke. I saw how quickly he played father, school drop-offs, bedtime stories. His smile rehearsed for neighbors. I saw how she paraded him, erasing me from their lives like I had never existed. I gathered evidence, photos, financial records, copies of every message I sent, proof of betrayal layered with precision. And I called a lawyer, not a kind one, a predator. I shifted accounts, secured assets, locked down the future in my children's name, away from her. She wouldn't see it coming. I let weeks pass, 1 month exactly, enough time for her to feel safe in her new fantasy. It began small, subtle. Credit cards declined. Utilities flagged for fraudulent activity. His car repossessed overnight. Their comfort unraveled thread by thread. Then the custody papers landed. Evidence attached. Judges don't take kindly to parents who erase soldiers fighting for their country. The court dates were set. I made sure the neighborhood knew the truth too. Not through gossip, through facts. Copies of her blocked messages slipped anonymously into mailboxes. People talk, and reputations bleed out fast when trust is cut. I never raised my voice, never threatened. I just pulled strings until her world collapsed silently around her. 1 month later, the silence broke. Her number lit up my phone. She didn't whisper this time. She screamed, "Stop doing this to us! You're ruining everything!" Us, not me, not the kids. Us, her and him. I let the storm spill out, her voice cracked with fear and rage. Then I spoke, calm and sharp as a blade. "You replaced me while I was bleeding for this family. You buried me before I was cold. Now you live with the ghost you created." She sobbed. He shouted in the background, demanding to know who I thought I was. I ended the call with one line. "You'll remember who the father is when the court takes them from you." The day of the hearing, they walked in holding hands. Fake unity. He wore a suit like armor. She clung to him, trembling.
I walked in alone, scars on display, no shame. The evidence spoke louder than any words. My messages, my medical records, their affair, my children's confused testimonies. Her mask cracked first, tears spilling as the judge condemned her actions. His arrogance faltered when the custody shifted in my favor. His place in their home dissolved with a signature. And in that cold courtroom, I saw their power drain, publicly, permanently. I didn't smile. Victory isn't always joy. Sometimes it's just silence. The kids live with me now. Slowly, we are rebuilding what she shattered. I don't poison them with hate. I don't need to. They'll see the truth on their own. Children always do. As for her, she walks the same streets, but smaller now. People look at her differently. Whispers follow. She lost her pedestal, her comfort, her illusion. I gave her exactly what she gave me, absence. The difference is, I chose it. I once fought wars for strangers, but this was the only war I ever fought for myself.